Are you wondering what simple tricks great piano players use to improvise beautiful accompaniment? After years of trial, I've discovered simple chord feels and beautiful licks ideas that make my playing sound amazing. So in this video, I'm going to show you 12 easy to implement ideas to quickly take your piano playing to the next level. This lesson is going to be divided into two sections. So in the first section, I will share different concepts using chords, and in the second section, I'll teach you different licks ideas to add to your playing. And if you'd like to have the PDF version of this video to have all these ideas, you can get it for free down below in the description. In this video, I'm going to be using the classic chord progression, the 1-6-4-5 in C major, just to share these different concepts. So the chords that we're going to need: C major, so we have C, E, and G. We need the 6 minor, which is A minor, so A, C, and E. The 4 major, so from C, it's F major, F, A, and C. And we have the 5, so from C we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be G major, so G, B, and D. Alright, so idea number 1 goes like this. So this one is pretty simple, and it's using a beautiful voice leading on the top. So on the C we have the chords here, but then we're gonna go all the way here. So basically what I'm using is the add 9. So the chord right here, I'm just not playing the root, I don't have to. Then I'm moving down to the triad chord, the major 7, and back to the 1. So it's add 9, the chord, major 7, and the chord. So those chords are pretty cool because they create this beautiful melody on the top. And this is something that we can use for the whole chord progression because we're going to be using the diatonic note for this one. So if I try to use this on the whole chord progression, we're going to have this. So C major. Then let's go to A minor. So for A minor, I'm going to be using this chord inversion. So C, E, and A. And we can go for the add 9 right here, the chord, the 7. So this one I'm going to be using G natural because this one is part of the C major scale. So for A minor, it's actually a minor 7 right here. Back to A, and then we're doing the same thing on F. Let's use this chord inversion. So F. For this one, we can start all the way here, and we're gonna have, we need the add 9 on the top, the chord, major 7, and back to the chord. And on G, we can go for the add 9, the chord, the 7, this one is going to be the dominant 7, and back to the chord. Alright, so let's recap those 4 chords with this beautiful feel. So we have just like this. So a beautiful feel using some chords, moving with the add 9 and the major 7 or the 7. Now for idea number 2, this one is going to be using suspended chords. Super useful when we're playing rock, classic rock, or anything in pop music too. So this one goes like this. Alright, so we start right here with C. And we're gonna jump right here. So what we're playing with this chord is actually a C sus4, but instead of playing it right here, I'm using this shape of 4th with G, C, and F, and I think that it actually sounds really cool because it's like open, it's an open voicing, and we love having this kind of voicing. It's beautiful to have that. So we're gonna have the sus4 right here. It's moving down to the chord, and we're going to the sus2. So the sus2 is the same thing as the sus4, but instead of having the 4, we're gonna have the 2, replacing the 3rd, like this, and going back here. So we're creating this melody on top. So that's a pretty feel that you can do on any major chord right here. So we have 1, 2, and right now I'm I'm just adding some rhythm to it. You could do just straight 8 notes if you like. Depends what you want to do. You can be very creative with this, but sus2 and back to the major third, just like this. So beautiful feel. Let's try this on the whole chord progression now. We have Alright, so for F, I just want to mention this. I went to the B flat because I didn't feel that B natural was actually beautiful, and if you want to play a sus4 of the F major chord, it's gonna be with a B flat because we're in F major. So this is why I added the B flat right here, because I didn't think that this one would be pretty. So this is something that you need to think about sometimes. Just listen to what you're playing. Is it actually working? How you transpose it is really gonna affect it. So this is how you adapt it on the whole chord progression. A pretty cool feel with the suspended chords. All right, for idea number 3, it goes like this. All right, I love this one because it has this gospel vibe to it. And what's happening here is actually a very cool concept of harmonic movement, where we can actually move on a diatonic chord over the 2. So we can use the root and move to the 2nd minor right here and alternate between the 1 and the minor 2. And it creates a beautiful melody, as you can hear. So this one is C, D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor, C, D minor. So I can move over the whole piano if I want to, and I can create some beautiful feels like this. So the one I did was actually starting from the minor 2, going down to the major, minor, and major. Like this. Pretty cool, right? So this works great for a major chord. You can use the 2nd minor of the major chord. But if we're gonna go on the minor chord, because we have actually an A minor, for the A minor, what you want to do is actually use the 7, the flat 7, right below the A minor. So for this one, we would go like this. All right. And then back to F. So for F, we can go with G minor. Remember the B flat, it's back here. So G minor, F, G minor, F, and G major. This one is A minor, G major. It's just like in A minor. Like this. All right, so let's do this on the whole chord progression. So we have so how cool is that? So you can move around with the rhythm or decide where you want to go with the chord inversion. But this one is a really cool feel you can use. Now for idea number 4, and this one is going to be using a classic movement from the 1 to the 4 on the same chord. So let me show you how it sounds like first. Alright, so what's happening here is I've just added a little bit of rhythm to it. So we have the C, C again, we're using the note of C major. So that's all straightforward, we only have C here. But then I'm going to this chord right here. And this chord is actually the 4 of C. It's an F major chord. So basically whenever you like, you can take the 4 chord of the chord you're playing and add it to the comping. And it sounds amazing, just like this. So we have this one, moving to F and back. So really cool feel that you can use for the chords. Now let's see how it goes if I play this over the whole chord progression. So we're back to C. Now on A minor. So for A minor, we're actually going to be using the 4, which is, it's going to be D minor for this one. So it's 1, 2, like this. And then on F, going to 4, this one is gonna be B flat for the 4, back, and then for G, it's C for the 4, and back to G. All right, let's recap. Just like this. Alright, now for idea number 5, and this one to use the sus2 chord. So it sounds like this. Super simple. I mean, this is one of the movements that I do all the time. I love going back and forth to the sus2 because it's a very smooth transition, but it adds so much in your playing. So what you can do is you can play this on basically any chord. Whenever you like and you're tired of playing the same old chord, you can just go to the suspended chord and back to the chord you're playing. So you can be so creative with this. It can fit on so many different rhythms, so many songs. So really going to the sus2 is a really great idea. Let's try this on the whole chord progression. So C, then on A minor. So for this one, since we have a chord inversion, we actually have a few options. I chose to go lower and back here, but we could actually go higher. That's another option that you can do, so just pick the one you want. On F, same thing here. I went for this one and back here, so sus2, back here, and G. This one and back here. Like, it works so great. So I love using sus2 in my playing. This is a simple idea, but it adds so much. All right, now for idea number 6, this is another cool idea with the sus4, but I kind of created this lick with this concept. So it sounds like this. All right, so what's happening here? So basically, super short, I'm jumping right here and I'm using the 5 of the chord I'm playing. So 5, 1, 5, playing this chord, which is a power chord basically, moving down to the sus4 with the shape of 4th right here. And then we have the major chord. So it's going lower like this. All right, so it's like this. I love it. All right, now let's try this on A minor. So we have this one. So the 5th of A minor is E, going higher here, then to D and C, and then F. So for F we can do, and then to B flat, into A. So C, F, E, and on G, same thing. So let's recap the whole thing. Just like this. Alright, then just as a reminder, if you'd like to have the sheet music of this whole video, you can get it for free down below in the description. Let's dive into part 2, and this one is going to be about licks that you can use in your own playing. So the first one goes like this. So this one is really pretty because it's actually using the add 9, or it's kind of giving a vibe of the sus2 right here. So we're basically starting on the 2nd here, the 5, the 1. Again, we have this 4th shape that we love to hear, like this, and then it's starting again right here. So, and you can just keep going if you'd like. This is a great lick if you want to do the whole piano too. So let's try this on the whole chord progression. So this one we can start on B, E, A, B, E, A. So. And on F, so for F, G, C, and F, and G. let's start on E. And we're back right here. So beautiful lick that you can use in so many different ideas. All right, let's move on to idea number 8. So the second lick we're talking about is actually using sixths. I love sixths. It's so great to use, and we can create a beautiful line with this. So this one goes like this. All right, so what's happening here? So we have basically starting with this sixth. It's G and E. It's almost like a C major chord. And it's moving right here to A and F, back down and down here. So it's great because on the C major scale, it's actually all the white keys, so it's much easier if you want to do this. We're actually going to be using the same lick right here over the whole chord progression. And since the chords are changing, it's really interesting what's happening to the harmony here. So it goes like A minor, Alright, the next lick we're going to talk about is so pretty because on C major, it's actually using the major 7, something so beautiful. Alright, it goes like this. Alright, so let's take a look. So, what we're doing, I'm starting on the major 7, the C, and the G. So beautiful. I love this feel right here. So, B, C, G, and then we're moving an octave lower, so G, A, E, and E. So it's the major 7 right here, and then we're going to the 6, and then back to the 3rd right here. So like that. Now if we try this on A minor, so on A minor, we're gonna start on the 7. This one is gonna be the minor 7. We're going here, C, and C. On F we also have the major 7. So, and on G. So on G is gonna be a minor 7, so it's the dominant chord. Like that, and back to C. So how pretty is that lick? I love that so much. So you don't really have to play this over the whole chord progression. I just wanted to show you how you can transpose this idea on different chords. Usually when I play with this ideas of licks, I'm gonna do it once on one chord. So just experiment with this, but it's a super beautiful to add. All right, let's move on to the next lick. This one is idea number 10, and it goes like this. Alright, so this one is really simple because you can really use this in so many things because it's based on the note of the chord. So when we start here, we can play a chord inversion just to be sure that we are starting right here. And then we have a 6th interval and we're going lower like this. So it's 3 and 1, 7, 6, and 3. Just like this. So basically that's the pattern right here. Like this. Now on A minor, we can play the chord inversion, and this one, let's try it right here. Because basically what you want to have is you want to have the 3rd of the chord lower here and the root of the chord on the top here. So it's always the same pattern when you're here. So you can move around with the chord inversion before you play the lick, but this is the pattern here. So A minor, and then on F, we can do the same thing, go higher here and play like that, and on G. And back to C. Super simple, very useful to have. Alright, idea number 11. Now this one is really nice because it's also using the major 7 and it sounds like this. Alright, Alright, so this one is interesting because we're actually skipping a 16th note on the third beat just to change things around a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, but then we start on the third, we go to the 1, major 7 here, 6, and 3, like this. So 1, 2, 3. 4 is here, you tie it, and then A, like this. There we go. Now let's do the same thing on A minor. On A minor, we're gonna jump to the third right here. You could also do it lower here, but sometimes I feel like licks are more beautiful when they are in the higher register. So let's do it here. Like that. F. And on G. And we're back to C major. Again, a beautiful lick that you can add to your playing. Amazing! Let's move to the last lick, the idea number 12, and it sounds just like this. Alright, you know guys, I love having those feels, so those licks that are super fast. And this one is one of my favorite because again, it's using the major 7. I feel like this is so pretty. I don't know why. I love it. So it goes for 7, 1, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, and the 7 right here. I love it. So this lick, we're actually going to do the same thing over the whole chord progression to get just a little bit more thing interesting for the harmony. So it goes like this. So we go C major, now on A minor, on F, on G, how cool is that? Like, it's the same lick, but I feel like every time I'm changing the chords, it's a different mood because everything is kind of changing. All the notes have a different role now because it's a different chord. So love that lick. You can play that over the whole chord progression and you can really use this whenever you like. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and if you've learned anything valuable from this video, please subscribe to the channel and click the like button below. It will help the channel grow to help more keyboard players just like you. Alright, bye for now.